You are listening to Uncensored Podcast.
I am Aissatou Diallo.
I am Maimuna Jain.
I am Alieu.
Welcome!
Join us every 2 weeks
for deep reflections and chill conversations
from our living room couches.
Uncensored.
Hello!
That was loud, bro.
Well, it was meant to be. It was meant to be. We've been starting for quite a while, so welcome back to another episode of Uncensored Podcast. We're so glad to be here. Welcome. We miss you people a lot. Our family, to the newly joined people.
Family?
We have a little family. We're not large yet, but we're getting there. It's not a disease. It's like a ripple. So we just dropped the object in the water, so the ripple has just begun, and it grows wider and wider and wider. But yeah, welcome back everyone to episode 5 of Uncensored Podcast, and with me today I have
girl.
And me as a guest. I
thought you were going to say. I was thinking you were going to say, and your boy.
No, damn. Yeah, it's your boy Cray. We're in the building.
Gang.
Yo,
101 gang.
Yo, man. Shout out to Modifal. Modifal, what they like 101, bro.
Shout out to the guys with the huge ass afro and sideburns. Neo, cut your hair. I feel
Who's that? Modifal?
I feel disrespected.
Afro?
Yeah.
He has some huge afro on his head. And I like it though. But I don't like the fact that Modifal has this. He has so much sideburns and I have.
You were talking about Modifal.
Yeah, but never mind. So let's skip to the topic.
Okay, cool.
Let's skip to the topic today. But before that, I'm saying you've been ghost.
Bro,
I haven't seen you in a while.
Bro, I've been good.
I'm glad we could get you here today. Alhamdulillah.
Bro,
Alhamdulillah.
It took you guys 5 episodes to get me on this show, bro. What the hell? I'm actually starting to reconsider our friendship. I don't know.
No, but that's the thing, because we were building the excitement and everything. So when you get here, it'll be,
I thought I was supposed to be on episode 1.
Why, to bring the excitement?
Yeah.
You don't have that much sauce.
But anyways.
But yeah, jumping into the topic, today we're talking about mental health and the University of the Gambia. How to not survive 4 years of hell. This is going to be very, very interesting.
Bro, I wish AJ was here, but like...
Yeah, I wish AJ was here too. Unfortunately, AJ couldn't be here. We miss you, love. We miss you a lot. This was supposed to be your episode where you could...
Roast UTG. And we've been talking about roasting
UTG the longest and planning
episode.
it with her. But we do it for you, girl.
We should call her.
Yeah, great. We'd call you and then...
We'll fix that.
Yeah. Yeah, but this is going to be some interesting topic considering that we all went through UTGs at...
Still.
Sort of.
Right?
Sort of.
And some of us are not there anymore, and some are leaving. Some, well, I don't know. Some are finishing it up, but
some are done.
Yeah, some are done. But before we get to UTG, let's talk about our mental health first. Mukhtar, where
Just
are you right
Cray.
now?
No, you call me Mukhtar, it's fine.
Exactly. That might mean.
Oh, you call him Mukhtar?
I call him Mukhtar.
I call him Cray.
Okay,
I call you Cray.
Cray.
I feel like only people you went to school with sort of call you Mukhtar.
No. People I went to school with call me Sanneh or Muhammad.
Oh.
But people from my house call me Mukhtar because, yeah. I don't know. I feel very special when people call me Mukhtar because, yeah.
Should I call you Mukhtar?
Do you know what it means?
Muhammed Mukhtar.
You know what Mukhtar means? No, let's talk about that, bro.
No, come on. We're not here to talk about
What
you.
does it mean?
The chosen one. Yo, man. It actually does, but like...
Yeah, we know. From the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. But let's first talk about... You guys are making this harder than it already is.
Muhammad is from the Prophet, not Mukhtar, bro.
No, but the Prophet also has Muhammad. He has Mulamin. I don't know.
Muhammed Mukhtar.
Okay, cool.
We'll take it.
People, come. Yo, by the way, Joe has AC now, so we're chill.
Yeah, because we don't know that name, so it sounded funny when you said it.
Yeah, it sounded foreign. But yeah, Mukhtar, where is your mental health as we speak today?
Bro, that's actually a very hard question for me to answer. Can I speak Wolof?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Feel free.
Okay, so I've been in a great space because I feel like I've been really taking the time to understand myself more. You get what I mean? And I don't know. It's not like, oh, mental health free or whatever, but it's like I just understand. Oh, you have this and this to deal with. So yeah.
Are you ever like really free?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I really don't think so. It's like maybe it goes down to a point where it's not a disorder, like it's not disturbing you from your daily activities, but it's still there, like in the background. But yeah.
Oh, there's different causes and different triggers.
Yeah, there are definitely different triggers.
And like you can heal from something, but you're also going through other things.
To be quite honest, I don't want to talk too much. Hang on, but like I'm in an amazing space right now because I've really been not in terms of like like cool like I'm good, but it's like
but in a better place.
Really taking time, like going back, trying to understand what traumatized me, and
Self-discovery.
trying to heal from it. Yeah. What about you?
Great. Let's ask Munas first.
Oh yeah.
I ask the questions here, bro. Welcome to my house.
Oh sorry. I didn't know how this works. Okay, yeah, Jabe.
No,
But astaghfirullah, come on.
And baro gis ngeen baro si parliament bi.
Nigga knows how
Dafa
to-
solo sa mask bi. Oh, he hello.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, he looked at the speaker and then he mu cigarette, mu sol luneta bi, and then he mu continue. Low-key dictator. But
Wait, let's talk about that. How can you tell us to wear a mask?
and you're not wearing a
And the
mask.
only time we get to see you in like 2 years. Can I curse? The least you could do is wear a mask, bro. Please.
Right? But the funniest thing is, I mean, it would have been different if, like, he's not just wearing a mask and then nothing happens. But the fact that someone asked him or pointed out the fact that
He's not
please
wearing a
wear your
mask.
mask. And those are like rules, a rule of a house. Like, you're gonna
You see, I work at a food joint and you have hundreds of clients working in every day, and you have different people working in, and you have conspiracy theories, you have atheists, you have people that I don't know, different people with their beliefs, and we're supposed to say one rule fits all. Even when it was enforced, you still have people that will tell you to go fuck yourself because you ask them to wear a mask, and I got his point. I got the fact that he was quite distant from all of them, but still you guys are still in a confined space and all of that. But as a
No, it
leader
wasn't because, like, right at the moment, I'm not going to fix my cam.
oh yeah, you see.
You know,
So-
like
I've been off the internet, so I haven't
You
been
can-
seeing
you
all
can
this.
see.
I've been seeing this stuff. I just heard it.
there's no way of justifying that, honestly.
I thought he was actually at the podium and the rest of them were seated or something. But nevertheless,
I've seen people refuse to enter, like, wherever they're going just because they have to wash their hands. So it's, I'd rather stand outside than wash my hands.
Yeah, I've had different encounters like that. But as the president of the nation, you were supposed to lead by example. Now you're gonna tell someone wear a mask and they're telling you, corona jehna parce que legi baro sa holal ko wax mom de go sol mask. You know, it doesn't help the people fighting the virus. It doesn't help people like us working in spaces where you have to ask people to frequently wash their hands and wear a mask.
Yeah.
Mr.
That was a
President,
terrible time.
please do better.
I
Please
feel
do
like-
better.
Mr. President?
And just live by example. Simple.
Yeah, it's simple.
If you tell me to wear my shoes, I expect to not see you bare feet, please.
Right.
You know
No,
what I
especially
mean?
something as serious as a pandemic.
Yeah, and you're literally talking about it. I think they were talking about it, right?
But I was doing
Yeah,
typical Gambian uncle
I
or
mean-
Gambian koto. Do as I say, not as I do.
Is he trying to show us that even he doesn't believe in the virus or what?
Or he's trying to tell us the virus is not real. It really conveys like a message.
It does. It really does. It really does. And it's definitely not good looking. But going back to the topic and less of
Wait,
Barrow.
I haven't said how my mental health.
Yeah, that's what you
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
How is your mental health, Munas?
So my mental health, yeah. I mean, I get to say Alhamdulillah.
Yeah.
But these past 2 weeks or so, I mean a week, it's been like, you know,
It's been
what
like
is
what?
happening?
Just talk.
It's been like, you know how, because I'm this person who I get to deal with stuff in a very silent way, sort of. But this week it's just been, because you know how you're down and then it really shows that you're down. But this past week has been like, I'm down, but I'm fine. Like, you can't tell unless I'm saying it. And I never say it. But I think it's been good. I'm not off social media like Alieu, but this week my WhatsApp notifications have been like off, because even seeing text messages drives me, because it's like, this is too much, or I don't know how to reply. I don't want to be on the app, because I talk to like 1-2 people. I don't want to be on the app talking to 1-2 people and there's 50 people waiting for my response, kind of thing.
Yeah, I definitely know how that feels.
I guess you.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's actually one of the reasons I took a break from the internet as well. Well, I'm still on Snapchat. I have a few followers on there, very very few, and I watch a few people's snaps, and on Instagram too I watch a few stories. But I took a break of the internet, so especially Twitter I deactivated them totally, because I felt like this is the first place I'm coming to when I just wake up, and the last place I go to when I go to bed. And Twitter has turned into a place that has started tuning my emotions. Like, it triggers me. It's where I found the right emotion for the day, where I'm going to spend the rest of my day happy, or where I'm going to spend it mad and pissed at the government, or sometimes you just want to beat a nigga so bad. And other days you're just sad for no reason. And I'm like, yo, this place has actually turned into this. It has had this influence on my emotions. And lately it has just been having these bad vibes and energy, bad vibes, bad energy, bad vibes, bad energy. And every other day it's bad vibes, bad energy for me, no matter how many people I tend to mute or block. And when I did the love and light letters, I felt, oh, everyone here is in some sort of pain, and they're fighting different battles.
Yeah.
So I wrote it in a sense where one message fits all. I'm like, when Munas reads it, she thinks I'm talking to her. When you read it, you think I'm talking to you. It's pretty much because we're all almost facing similar troubles in different ways. And I sent these letters out, and I got one of the most some of the most amazing responses. People really loved it. And then again, some people replied to the letter, and they sent back a letter, and different people are explaining what they're going through in life at the moment, the battles they're fighting, to even see sunset. And they come to this tale, and they find so much draining energy added to their everyday struggles. And I kept reading this over and over again. And for weird reasons, I just kept going to these people's responses, and one day I actually cried. You have people battling their lives. They're trying as much as possible to survive. You have people that have left their homes because of different troubles they're facing in there. And I said to myself, sometimes I tweet really triggering stuff to other people that I might think
you're not conscious of.
Yeah, I'm not conscious of, because I think they're the most innocent thing to write. Or I just quote a line from a song, and it might remind them of something. That's what I usually do. I'm like, yo, I think it's better I give this internet a break to save my mental health and that of others on here. And there were also a lot of people in my DMs talking about the love and light and stuff, and I couldn't reply them all, and I wanted to be on the app. I love interacting with people, don't get me wrong, but sometimes I just want to jump on their space and tweet different things and have no one even actually jump in the comment section, because I feel like these are times I just want to talk to myself.
Yeah.
So there's so many people here. I think it's too loud for me. Let me just take a time of it. And I took time of it, and then I realized, oh, I actually promised myself I am going to take some internet break sometime. So I kind of like muted everyone on my WhatsApp status. So I just watch a few people that I think I might find some interesting stuff. And yeah, from then on, for the first time I went to bed actually before 11 o'clock.
Wow, I thought
the
you were
first
going
time
to say it.
No. It's a, yo,
Bro,
man,
me and
I used to
this
go to
guy-
bed at...
No, but because like, even remember when the what's his name? Ew! what's the guy's name?
Which guy?
Burna Boy.
Burna Boy's album.
Yeah, because I was telling you, oh, did you sleep? Because I think also, I mean, there's a lot of triggering stuff on the timeline.
On
right?
the timeline,
But I also think somehow it also takes away like a lot of things from us. Even how our conversations with people like depend on our mood or their mood, like how you when you read the letters again, and all of stuff. But I think it's also easier to be on Twitter than on WhatsApp, especially when you're going through stuff, because you know. The moment you get into WhatsApp, someone's gonna know you're there. Because when people open and they see the online stuff, and on Twitter, I mean, I can pretend I haven't seen your message or just not reply without
Without
constantly
you knowing
having to
about
think about you're seeing that I'm here.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Bro.
But yeah, and you guys should go and watch The Social Dilemma on Netflix. It talks about the different social media outlets and how they run. Sorry. Oh, why am I speaking so much crap today? But yeah, and how they
run is actually correct.
whatsoever though.
You know what?
I need to put this tea down. I need to put this tea down.
Yeah, I think you need to.
I
I
don't
was
know.
gonna say the social. Okay, I'll look at it. I hope it's not
Yeah.
weird. What's the direction of the conversations like?
Oh, they were okay. It shows how there are people. Okay, they're not people. There are programs out there to monitor your every single activity. They know how many times you pick your phone up. They knew what photo you're looking at. They knew which photo you spend almost 3 seconds or 4 seconds more than the other ones looking at, and they know it when you're depressed. They can predict it. I mean,
Bro,
when
they
you're
can tell
depressed,
when you haven't
when
been
you're
reading.
happy.
Yeah, literally. Sometimes you just think about something, you open your phone and it pops
And
up.
Yeah.
so
People-
these programs are there to constantly monitor you, and they're supposed to be giving you. Okay, so there are two businesses. Only I realized from the Netflix, from the movie itself, that there are only 2 businesses that call their clients users, and that's the internet
dealers.
and drug dealers.
Oh,
And pretty much the internet
Oh
is
my
a virtual drug, and there are people out there to feed us more of this addiction. And I realized that I actually thought of it. Why didn't guys stop? I'm talking a lot.
okay. Let's move into the episode now.
No.
Remember when we
Bro.
did this last time?
I know, we
And
spoke the
had
entire time.
intro.
Right?
Yeah,
Yeah. So this could be a UTG episode. It really could be, yeah. But I feel like it should be mainly focused on mental health. Here's why. It's like everyone is going through some shit right now. It's fucking 2020. You get what I mean? And it's like, I don't know. It's like hearing you guys speak, like hearing you say, oh, like you deal with your shit on the low, so that's why you've not been like out there, and you're actually dealing with some shit as we speak. You get what I mean? And it's like for Alieu to hearing him going offline, all of that. It's like it didn't click that. Oh wow, shit. Maybe like this guy's going through some stuff. That's why he decided to get off the internet. I just felt like it was one of those. Oh, let me just get off the internet for a month. You get what I mean? And for me, it's like, bro, I can't even. I'm calculating how heavy, like a load I have, before I even understand that to try to know like on what to do with it. You get what I mean? As we speak, but still like I'm here. You get what I mean? So I feel like I don't know. Like we should. I feel like I'm talking too much. I don't know.
No, it's
right?
fine.
Yeah.
So the thing is, we're just trying to cut off the intro because that was actually
It's the intro. What the hell, nigga? No.
Nigga,
that was the intro.
That was the intro.
It's not the
And
intro.
we're like 19 minutes in.
But yeah, let's talk about childhood development and build up for tertiary institution in the Gambia, and how growing up, the different schools you go through, and the different advices that you're fed about the tertiary institutions here in the Gambia and what courses to select or what to do. Let's talk about that.
Or let's really talk about how basically the whole of junior, secondary, nursery school, whatever, builds you up for different type of education and contexts that's different from the one you live in the moment.
That's what you're saying.
Yeah, because I feel like the way I've seen people who are in UTG about to graduate and they can't write a CV.
Yeah, no, I promise you, I've seen people that can't. Honestly, I've seen people that can't.
Yeah,
really,
and yeah, it looks like here we're just learning and then we're just going through stuff, and nothing is really preparing us for what's coming upwards. So I mean, bringing it back to mental health, it just shows why certain things like that are foreign to us, right? Like mental health, homosexuality, and all of those issues that colonization. That colonization has made it look like it wasn't part of us when it actually is. So we're learning and we're seeing these things as foreign. And then we get to a place where we actually need these things and we don't understand how to contextualize it. Because I feel like that's what all high school Gambia, junior school, that is what it does for you when you get to university.
Can I say something?
Tertiary, yeah.
Can I say something? Like, it's actually quite related to this. It's like how we're not taught we're not really prepared to deal with what we're dealing with. You get what I mean? There's nothing there that is in our school systems that prepare us for what we actually face when we, like, in real life. Yeah. I was talking about that the last time I was having a conversation with AJ, and it really hit me like, whoa. Like, I remember primary school, they were teaching us, reproductive system, and us kids were just excited, yeah. When you're actually dealing with trauma, and from people are actually dealing with trauma from that age, no one is talking about trauma. You get what I mean? So there's a disconnect, there's a huge disconnect between what we're being taught and what we're experiencing in real life. But to go back to like what you're saying, like how that is a problem, I feel like right now, as like a, I don't know, step, I feel like we should have a conversation on how we, those that are aware of this problem, can help ourselves, like, educate ourselves so that, like, we will prepare the next generation for, like, a better system, even outside of, like, the schools. You get what I mean? At home, they'll get taught this and this and this is something that you're dealing with. You get what I mean? Yeah. So, I don't know. Somebody say something, bro.
Because I'm reading for Alieu. I thought Alieu was about to say something. You're right. Yeah. You're right.
We're on the internet all day. Like, we should be teaching ourselves how to be on the internet. You get what I mean?
Yeah, we don't really learn these.
We don't learn these things. You get what I mean?
And for me, like, I feel like the way this thing is, because I'm always saying how most of the things that I'm currently using at my job, I learned while walking.
Honestly,
bro.
So you know how you're paying for a university and you're expecting you're going there to get something that you'll take.
Here's why I shout out my university. Shout out to ALU, bro. Because
you talk about how there's like a lot of practical stuff, but for UTG it's different. So we have courses in the curriculum like French civilization. Why the fuck am I doing French civilization?
I heard you
so you have those, like, they're very out of context. Yeah, I did that. It's very, I mean, that's quite different because it's like global news, what's happening around. But this is literally learning about French history. Shit. It's like, what? So every time I'm in UTG, when I have to write essays, when I have to write papers, it's what I've learned from outside. It's not like I come here and then because they expect you to do it in your high school, but we don't do those things in our high school. So the curriculums are so detached from themselves and then also from the real world. Because you also go to private school and then you come to a public university or a public school and it's different things. Because those curriculums are also very detached. So, school Gambia, private and public schools, and then you graduate, you don't know Gambia's history. Which is so fucked up.
Bro, yeah, I've seen students like that here too.
I'm laughing, but it's so sad. It's really sad.
We actually need to decolonize the
curriculums and the entire school system. Actually,
I feel like
UTG,
not just UTG, from the primary school to.
No, tell me a course in your program. I know you can say two, but that is like absolutely irrelevant for you in the school, and also when you like get out of it and whatever you're hoping to do.
Do I even remember the name of my courses?
Bro, like okay, can I be honest?
It gets
Speaking of that, right?
Honestly, yeah.
I have something so interesting.
I was supposed
share.
to go on.
Okay, I have something so interesting to share about forgetting the name of your courses, right? So I'm currently in my second year, right? I just took a gap year, but I'm in my second year in university, and I don't remember most of the courses that I've done, but I remember like
my hands are up.
Yeah, I can remember how like they literally shaped the way I think. I don't know if that makes sense. It's like I was educated on what they were talking about, and I literally use that as I'm even talking to you right now. Do you get what I mean? And that has been introduced into my thought process and all of that, but I forgot about the name of the courses. But when I was in University of the Gambia, like when I was in UTG, like I don't know what I learned from there. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, me too. I can't remember what I learned in my courses in first, second year, and third year.
I can remember what I learned from psychology class and
yeah.
I can't remember shit I learned from statistics.
Those courses are always different because there's always a way to like attach it to what's currently happening and where you can use it.
That's what we're talking about.
But if you're learning about French civilization,
how is that going to help you survive a pandemic? How's that going to help you?
How's gonna help you get some money?
Thank you. Here's the thing, UTG is either we get taught what's going to make us money, or what's going to help us survive, like in this time. So you get what I mean? If you're not doing any of the two,
actually.
if you're not doing any of the two, why are we paying for school? If it's not going to help you survive or make money,
and with like a huge sum of money.
Because here's the thing: it's like yes, you're working right now. Am I talking too much?
No, you're not.
Don't
get us wrong. Just don't get us wrong. We have people actually that graduated from UTG and they learn how to make money. I don't know if.
The problem
isn't graduating from UTG and making money. It's what
did UTG contribute to that? Did it introduce you to networks?
Like, what did you get from that?
Did you get to build like your network, to have a group of people that will help you grow, or what did you do to contribute to that apart from steal from your time? Do you get what I mean?
But bro, UTG have stolen a lot from my time.
Bro, I've been there for one semester. Oh, here's the thing, right? Here's the thing, nigga. Look, here's the thing.
No, it's funny because you're supposed to be stealing from UTG.
Bro, yeah, taking
knowledge instead of them
stealing from you.
I just remember the fights I had at the school. Not physically.
I'm about to share something with you guys, right? So, like, you know how I was saying in the beginning that I've been taking the time off to really understand myself and know what traumatized me. And one thing I've learned about trauma is, like, we usually remember the things that traumatize us. And the reason why we still remember it is because we've not dealt with like the trauma. We've not learned the lesson yet, so it still sticks with us. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
And I still remember the first day I went into UTG. What does that tell you? I was literally traumatized, bro. Billahi. I'm not even kidding. It sounds like a joke there, but it's like I remember feeling so confused because I went to like Methodist, and it's considered as one of the best schools here, alhamdulillah, right? And we have like a system that works that can help us like navigate stuff. You get what I mean? I walked into UTG, bro. Nobody had a clue on what like we should do first. We didn't know which office to go to. We didn't know bro, my friend like Malik, right? Never guess like he saw the timetable and he was so confused because he's like, bro, how can I do all of this?
Yo, that was me. That was me. That was even before that was even before. You know how you had to select your courses. So I didn't even know what courses were for the first semester yet. And then I saw the timetable. I was pretty confused.
For the first semester.
Thank you.
I didn't know.
There is no way to learn these
if
things.
You're listening this and you're not from UTG, the way UTG timetable work is in Monday, they list, so there's like
7 other courses.
Classes, afternoon classes and evening classes. So in a morning class, they list like a bunch of 10 courses. So you have to choose from that one to make up your morning class. And then for the afternoon class, you do the same, so everything. So the thing is, if you're coming new and then you look at all the timetables and all the courses, it becomes so overwhelming because you're like, how am I going to do 10 courses at the same time?
And then there was no break. Right after that class, I had another class. Or 10 other courses at the same time, and then there's other 5 or 6 in the evening. I'm like, yo, there's something is wrong here. Something is definitely wrong here because there's no way I can do all of this but there's nothing telling me that, oh, you're not actually going to do all of this.
Yeah,
so I was
there's
really
no
confused.
guideline.
Mm.
The university culture one is shit, and the way of integrating people is double shit.
It's like nobody sits down to really think in UTG. That's what I'm talking about, right? None of the executives ever sat down to think, oh, how about this? Let's look at somebody or the people that went in through UTG and ask them
to come help out.
To understand what is the system like, what is the process like, how do you feel when you go in, how do you get introduced into the
That's
system?
The thing, there's
and all
no
that.
data.
Yeah,
like if you're looking
data.
for how many UTG students are currently unemployed, you can't find it.
Thank you. I feel like a huge problem that we have, especially as our generation, Gambians, we don't know shit about Gambia. We just know, this is what's happening in Combo, or this is what's happening in Combo. We don't know anything outside of Combo. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And we're so blind to the fact that we don't have any history. You get what I mean? And we will move. Huh? Gonna?
That's ableist.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I should learn more about these things. I'm so sorry. Right? But yeah, come.
He said blind.
Really? Okay. Thanks for letting me know. But we're so unaware. Is that better? We're so unaware.
See how easy it was?
Okay, thank you.
She taught me this too.
Thank you. Okay. So we're so unaware of our history. We're only seeing now. And man, I'm one of those that believe that you need to go back to the past to understand what's happening so that you can move faster in life, forward in life. But for us, we think that, we're the advanced ones, we're the smartest ones, when it turns out that we're I don't want to say it because I know it's going to be able to. We're literally the ones that are unaware and we just focus on ourselves. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
So I feel like it's our responsibility to dig into our history and understand where is Gambia coming from, what's happening in Gambia, so that we can help move forward. And that's not what UTG is giving us.
Everything about the education system in the Gambia is pretty sad. I remember when we were trying out this project one time for kids it's pretty much self-learning, like self-teaching, I'd call it. A bunch of apps were installed on a device, and it has different curriculums of different things that kids were supposed to learn, whether it's supposed to be logic. You see, that's one. Gambians don't teach logic in primary school even. So whether it's supposed to be logic or something literal or with something that has to do with literacy or numeracy.
Creativity.
Yeah, actually it had creativity and it had to do with nature and space. And imagine taking that the first time in rural Gambia. From the parenting to the school system, no one actually teaches you as a kid to think for yourself.
Thank you.
To try things for yourself. And these kids were pretty much confused about what they were doing. And something that you could just see as one apple, another apple together, for basic kids, for really young kids at 2 or 3 years old, and it's taking 7-year-old kids that has gone through a phase of the parenting system and education system in the Gambia. So their way of thinking was a little slower than that of the kids that haven't been exposed to that parenting, to that extreme yet. And it shows how, as you grow up, I think Gambia could have been something way better if the parenting and the schooling system was done right, because we all grow up as smart kids and we go through this phase and actually slows us down. And I think if they did, or if they decide to do some data collection and analysis and see whether how many people have actually gone through this system and you'd consider them successful, or how many people have gone through the system and you can't consider them losers, but they haven't reached the prime or their fullest
How many
of
have the
potential.
system failed?
Yeah, how many people have the system failed? And is it worth changing or is it not worth changing? I think here with the I don't know how these systems work, but I think they just try it and it works 45% or a little over 50, and they think, oh, I think this suits all, and we all go
Or
with it.
sometimes they even know it's not working. I don't know this, but I feel like UTJ admin themselves know that things aren't working. But they don't know how to go forward. They don't know how to bring people to help them go forward. So they're just there. Let's just keep the processes and systems.
My first week in UTG, I had this really serious argument with a lecturer, and it was because he was talking. It was computer science. I don't know how the topic shifted from computer science to being actually successful and making it big in the future, or not making it and being a weed smoker. And I just raised my hand and I told the lecturer that weed smokers are not losers. And this argument just blew up. And he started talking, look at the country, look at the boys, they're all smoking weed, blah, blah, blah. And I don't know, it's... Come on, stop. And look at this. This is Gambia's highest learning institute. And they actually... The ones that are supposed to teach us, the lecturers that are taking charge in our highest learning institute, are spreading out misleading messages.
They're also very sexist and misogynist.
Oh, I haven't gotten to that part yet. And they're being very discriminating. And how do I call it? Associating a certain lifestyle to failure. Is it right?
It's not even a lifestyle. Yeah.
Or people that drink coffee are all losers.
That's what you're saying. That's pretty much what you're just saying.
Yeah.
And the argument just blew up, and they started asking me, and fellow students just turned around and looked at me. Oh, do you smoke weed? Is that the reason why you're defending them? Blah blah blah. And then everyone just thought I was going to fail in life because I'm supporting weed smokers, and they think I smoke weed too, or they I don't know whatever they came up.
This actually is sad.
I'm like, yo, this place is messed up.
Yeah.
So I first said this was actually very very messed up, and I didn't think I was going to last long until and then different scenarios continue to happen.
Wait, you're in your what?
I don't like to say it. Well, I enrolled in UTG 1 2 years ago. Yeah, I'm still in my second semester, first year second semester. Because after the second semester, bro, I sat the third semester and I did not attend class the entire second year. And I took time to find myself and to decide whether this is really, really, really what I want to do for the rest of my life, or am I just going to call it quits? And it took me a year to decide that, honestly.
Yeah, you've decided.
You know why I was laughing so hard? Because it's been like more than 2 years since I've last been to UTG, and I've only been there one semester. That means that you're just one semester ahead of me. Nigga.
Stop, man.
Nigga, that's so funny to me.
It's been 2 years and
you see one semester ahead of me. That's so crazy, bro. That's so crazy.
That really shows how the school culture is messed up.
But I kept getting into different fights with different lecturers.
You just can't do it.
Why? Some lecturer actually gave me F.
But the fuck you.
Yeah, and then when I asked for my script, he told me he can't find the script.
Well, that's not that. Oh, that's another thing.
Bro, there's so many things.
Your exam. There's registration, there's attendance to show in the exam. Lecturer will give us a script, and now you have to come and pay again and do the course yourself. Does that even make sense? Because you just sit and you have missing grades, you knew you did the stuff.
Bro, you know what's so sad? It's like, come right now, I feel like both of you are still like you still in that whole UTG mix. I was there, so I kind of understand.
I'm 1 foot in, 1 foot out.
You're 1 foot in, 1 foot. She's balls deep, bro. This thing is in. Nigga. And this guy is like halfway in, and I just dropped out, right? But so I kind of understand how UTG works, and I've been like privileged enough, and alhamdulillah, I got to like experience how another university works, right? Yeah. So that's the reason why I only went to this university. And hearing you guys speak, it's like I'm really seeing like, yo, like, damn, the most of the problems you're complaining about, that's stuff like my university tried fixing. You get what I mean? So UTG just doesn't know how to grow. After the end of
they don't want to grow.
They don't want to grow. They don't know how to grow.
But they don't know how to as well.
They don't know how to.
They
That's
don't
the thing.
know how to.
It's not just that day. Some people might not even see the problem with UTG because you can talk to him like people that go to UTG and they love it. Because that's their reality. You get what I mean?
So it reminds me of this scenario. Okay, every time I come to UTG, maybe if I am very early, I am 2 minutes or 3 minutes early to my class. If I'm not, then I am 5 minutes late and I am running in, and so that means I don't have time to spend outside. So as soon as we close, I have to rush back to work. And there are people there. Yo, school after class, then you talk, you campaign, you very fee. They actually enjoy that place. I find that place very, very,
There are
very
people
depressing.
who go to UTG to study Siddiqui Goody because exams.
Maybe I understand.
And
maybe
the
those
place is
people,
not even convenient.
it's not convenient. There's nothing at UTG that wants to make you learn, that wants to make you spend time in the university and go to a class or a center or use
There's no library.
resources and do and
There's no library.
I know, right? And do research. There's no proper cafeteria at the university.
There are no proper groups.
Nigga, I know.
Let's talk about that.
No. I know a person that was studying medicine and I'm with any lab equipments, bro. How do you study medicine and like it's crazy. I feel like it's so sad even hearing you guys talk about UTG. It's really waking me up to like, wow, like that was my reality like a couple of years back.
Bro,
but I dropped out and became a cameraman at State University. I swear to God.
Listen. Stop.
How not laugh?
This is serious, actually. How does
you know how sometimes the trauma is laughable. You can laugh.
Yeah, I feel like
we can laugh at how terrible our lives
but
are.
Listen, how does an admin let a blog that takes in, let's see, over 300 students on a Monday morning, and there's only one toilet for both ladies and men to share? I'm like, yo, this is a tertiary institution. My nursery school had 6 for the boys and 6 for the girls, and we were not even up to 100 people.
And those toilets are always a mess. Again, for a tertiary institution.
I'm going to fail to consider. You guys are aware that this is a problem. To them, as far as they're concerned, they don't know what you're talking about. You get what I mean?
They do.
No, Pulnyom, it's like it's not them that's dealing with it. I don't know if you get what I mean. Like they to them, it's not a problem to them because
they all have their fancy offices, fancy cars, fancy toilets.
I remember one time when I was UTG, time when I was university, I found I living in motorhome.
Yeah, that's
10 million. The 10 million saga.
Bro, the first time English exam, I came on time. It turns out I was late because people come like 2 hours early and fill up the hall. That's the first thing I learned in UTG. Like you should be like 3 hours early to be on time, right? Because there's like 10 chairs
for 400 people.
Bro, the first exam I did, billahi, English award. I forgot the teacher's name. I hate that word, bro.
Gloria,
bro. We should have an episode of Gloria, right? Like a UTG extension on Gloria, bro. Look, I'm doing English, right? When you're on time, I come on time, and the place is full. So wow, I have to go and find myself a chair. Run. Here's the thing. First and foremost, there's no UTG because they're using the college, isn't it? Am I wrong?
Yeah.
In Brikama.
I mean, there's a new block
There's
now.
a new block. Oh wow. Alhamdulillah, growth.
But Bobuyeb is the college.
It's a college. So here's the thing. It's literally a university that's operating inside a college, right? And the college is, I don't know how we coexist even, right? So you have to go and run and take chairs from the college students. College students are mad because they're like, these UTG niggas are taking our stuff. You got what I mean?
Because there's also the complex.
Yeah, exactly.
Between the two,
right? So now you guys are trying to make it an exam. These guys are trying to make it to class, but they can't go to class because the chairs they're supposed to sit on is being taken by niggas that are not supposed to be here. You get what I mean? Right? And now like there's that. And now you get your chair, you run back to class, you find out that there are not enough tables, right? Billahi, the first English
Or you find out college students you have actually taken their class because they do that sometimes.
Bro, thank you. So you literally come to exam, I take 2. So first English we are, I'm gonna take 2 ni. I'm gonna take another 2. I sit on the chair, writing my exam on another chair in a fucking university that doesn't exist because it's in the college. I'm like, bro, how?
That's sad.
It is.
Bro.
But I feel like how you said, they're probably not aware of this, and that is why we have these groups, especially the Students' Union, which is very politicized. But that is why we have those groups, right? To help make students' life easier. But those people are also sometimes always pushing for the wrong things all the time, which I don't get. Because if you're having a partner, let's say for example you're having a partnership with between another university, right? And there's all these things happening. Students can't access their grades. Students don't have classes. Students don't even fully understand the university and the system, right? And there's all those things that's happening, and you're making a partnership, and the focus is on, let's say, mentorship, which is rubbish. Because if I'm not able to go to my classes, why do you think I'll be thinking about a mentorship or whatever? So if there are resources coming into the school, divert them, prioritize and divert them to what's actually important. Because, I mean, I won't be very happy coming to a university.
You haven't come to a university and...
Because you guys are confusing me. You've been moving around and I've been trying to go ahead, but you're just moving me around.
I'm actually paying attention to you, yeah.
Okay. What was I saying?
Coming to a university, like you're supposed to prioritize other stuff other than just...
That's
Yeah,
fine, actually. I'm done with that.
Right? You don't... Bro, like, come, like, I swear, right? Like, it's very hard going to UTG. Like, people that go through UTG, it really, like... Bro, I feel like there's so much trauma that people... It's like we have a system in place, right? And the tertiary, the only one that the government is like providing for us, right? The one that's supposed to help Gambia move forward for the next generation, that's the one that's adding more trauma. Because I've never been traumatized like the way I was the first day I walked into UTG. Because Musuma confused, it's my life. I say it as a joke, but I really mean it. But I asked Andy, like, I literally went to his house first before I could go home. Because I was so confused, like, how is this place supposed to help me grow? You get what I mean? Right? And it's like, we live in a country where, like, there is that problem. Those that have that problem are crying about it. Those that can help solve it don't care because they don't see it as a problem because they have other problems that they're dealing with.
We have a system that doesn't want to see the real problems and tackle them, but they'd rather meddling into students' lives and their businesses and worried about the guy or the girl that he sits next to, or are they dating, are they in a relationship or not, only to go and tell them that they should stop moving around or hanging around with them, and not even for
academic purposes,
but for some
petty reasons.
Exactly. It's a place where that teaches you that African Americans or black people that live in the West or in any foreign country should be thankful to slavery, because that is why they are now privileged and living under those
Who said that?
comfortable conditions, and we are here in Africa.
A lecturer said that?
Yeah, a lecturer said that. And
he wasn't blasted?
well, I was the only person in the class that thought what he said was
you
wrong.
must be carrying your whole course in your
That's
back.
why my back aches. But yeah, and I'm
Because
like,
I can't
how
imagine always being
does
the
my lecturer
liberal one in
even-
a classroom, especially in a school like UTG.
UTG.
Because there's always the lecturer and a bunch
you have some
of
people
men.
that agree to what I'm saying, but they don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Man, I feel worried. I feel like this stuff need to be talked about, because probably there's someone that has no idea or no clue about these things sitting there, and they're thinking that anything they learn from this tertiary institution is supposed to be the truth, is supposed to be what's right. And they go home with these informations, and they probably have young ones that they're going to feed this information to, and the chain continues. So I get worried about these stuff. That is why I address them. And the lecturer had the guts to sit there the entire time and defend it until Cosby Muje. I went to UTG. My other worry was we used to have this class every time on a Friday in the evenings. And every time it gets dark, we had to quit the class because bulb be there tal, fan be there. So we're not going to see again. Time would have they go them at 6. I'm like, yo, but this place is actually crazy. You don't want to light up the classrooms, but they want to light up the entire Peace building and
make evening classes.
Exactly.
Because if you know you don't have the resources, don't.
It's crazy at UTG. all of this really, really got me worried. And I went there because I thought I could study. Oh, that's another story. my thoughts are always changing. Growing up, everyone was that's the country. Everyone thinks, you don't over smart. You so make a doctor nigga. And then you grow up and you're thinking, I have to be a doctor. I don't even know whether I want to be a doctor. Because everyone is saying it and everyone is telling me every time I cough. I'm thinking, I have to be a doctor. I have to be a doctor. And then you go to junior school and then you meet your DT or your TD teacher, technical drawing teacher, and you start drawing amazing floor plans and cuboids and cubes and hexagons, and everyone jumps into your head. You should be an architect. You should be an architect or a simple engineer. Allow me to discover by self first. But no, I can never, because everyone is telling me what to be, and because they all think they see something that I am not seeing. So then I change.
That nuance makes me want to ask a question here. And I know this is your show, but I'm stealing it. Do you think UTG, I mean, we can talk about this for all stages of education in the Gambia, but UTG particularly, do you guys think it is ableist?
Many institutes, not just UTG, not just a lot of places in the Gambia here are not ableist.
Okay. Ableist as in
when I said ableist as in to help the able with navigating and
in terms of infrastructure, right, and facilities, but also in terms of system, just how the education system in UTG works, because you have to have this set of grades before you enter UTG in the first place. I think it starts from there. So it's basically saying if you don't get to this level of smartness that society tells you if you don't get to this
level of grading,
you don't deserve to get a university degree. Sometimes it's not even the smart, how smart or how intelligent you are. There are other people, there are like so many social things that's stopping people from graduating from high school and all those other things. And then it's saying, if you don't get this, you don't get to be here. Because I feel like that in Gambia, when someone is in passing, we just assume they're stupid.
They're stupid.
We don't think about, they might probably have a disorder or something.
I see what you mean. I see what you mean.
You get. So it's just, okay, if that's happening to you as well, you don't deserve to come to get a degree. And it also means, you don't deserve to get this job. You don't deserve to be in these places. So it happens where people who have these disorders are secluded from the normal, for what is considered the normal education process. So you're going through other places and then you get stuck somewhere and you're either progressing through experience but not necessarily what you get to give, like the papers or whatever to show for it. So it's like, it's either you're working in a disabled organization or it depends on your disability. So let's say if you are a person who uses a wheelchair, then you can probably get a secretarial job if you have some good type of English. Or you could navigate a system, because we had someone in our coursework, he was blind and he could hear. Of course, he was blind. But he was going through the same systems as we were. He was coming to class, listen to the lecture as everyone is. And these are classes that are packed with 100 people. And we don't really calculate what his sense of hearing is. Is he able to concentrate in a place where... So it's just, this is for normal people. If you're not, figure out a way to go through it.
Yeah, I'm just wondering how he'd see when the teacher is lecturing from the projector.
He doesn't. Yeah. So we don't...
Is it the guy that reads with his hands?
I mean, some of them do, because there's also
this guy,
these
I don't know
laptop...
if he got to UTG, but he went all the way to high school. And he was blind as well. He could hear. So he read through feeling the words. I don't know how he did it. Yeah. And he was a poet as well.
Yeah. I've been watching this thing, Atypical, on Netflix. So it's about a guy who was diagnosed with ASD, right? He's on the spectrum. And he was also very smart, but he got to a level where he had to go to college and he had to go through a different system to be able to get into the college. Because I think the statistics is that 1 of 5 people who are on the spectrum graduate from college. Only 1 of 5. So that's like every 15, only 3
people
get to graduate. Because yeah. And here, because again, we don't diagnose, but there are a lot of people who are on the spectrum. And
they definitely are.
We don't know it. We just assume they're not intelligent or they're not socially, socially willing to socialize as much as we do. But we don't really think about the fact that there might be a problem.
Exactly. And all the punishments that lie from... Imagine you already have your disability and everyone doesn't see it and they think you're stupid. And not just everyone thinking you're stupid and willing to learn, but getting a punishment behind it. So you're punished for something that you're not even willingly doing, something that's very natural about you. And people grow up with this trauma, and I believe this is probably why if you can't make it through that level, you can't make it through any other level, because that's where it starts from. So these people already grow up and they're told they're stupid, they're bitching about it, they have no other reason but to believe it.
Yeah.
And UTG isn't any different.
It isn't.
It isn't.
It's really sad, honestly.
It is.
It's really sad. You guys actually got me thinking, because I'm learning so much from you guys about how Gambia is.
You know how I see
You're
when
sounding
you're
like
thinking.
you
When
come to
Imsan is quiet and he's just looking at you, because then I feel like, oh, I shouldn't stop talking because he's thinking. So I just keep going. All the time I do this. And that's when I know you're like really thinking about something. Because Imsan really got no pay.
No, mas no be my usually halat. Alhamdulillah, right? One of my usually halat. Because like, do you guys actually? I'm learning so much from you guys. Like, damn, bro, billahi. So it's like, I don't know. Like, if you look at how systems are structured in Gambia, it's like, okay. Can I share something?
Yeah.
The whole episode, I'm trying to not talk too much, and that's stopping me from saying what I want to say. Because I'm not going to go too much.
No,
right?
talk, please.
But like, so I've been really reflecting a lot on trauma, right? And try to see everything from that perspective, right? Everything what you guys saying right now, in my head, I'm filtering through that, like, where is this coming from? How is this traumatizing you? How is this information like shaping you in a way? You get what I mean? And how's like that doing that for you and all of that? Like you sharing, being close to someone, that's probably something that you've experienced or so, right? And all these things that you're sharing. So it's like, I'm starting to understand, oh yeah, trauma, right? And you guys are explaining now how the systems are set up, right? And I'm like, wow, like, these systems are being set up by people that have actually going through trauma, and that's how they filter the world too. You get what I mean? So it's like understanding that, wow, like that's what's coming in play. It's like we can talk to all we want about like the problem, but these people that are actually in these places are not doing the work on themselves to really understand like how their like struggles is skewing how they view the world. You get what I mean? Am I talking too much?
No.
Right? Right? I really hope I'm not talking too much. But like the whole episode, I'm not trying to count nobody. Right? And it's like that alone is a higher problem than like having a nicer classroom. Because you guys, if you talk about infrastructure, we can build bigger schools even, but it's still going to be the same teacher that's telling you, hey, Alieu, yangito akndobi. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
Yo, we can still like you get what I mean? So it's not the buildings, it's the people that's a problem. We like.
And the buildings.
Yeah. But the people are the ones building the buildings. They are the ones that are meddling with the fonts and all that stuff. So it's like literally.
They do have amazing lecturers too that are disgusted about the system just as much as we do. But they are 1 in every 25, so they don't make.
No, but I think like the lecturers are actually very dissatisfied with the system because it makes their life difficult in terms of teaching,
Gloria,
in terms of marking, because you have to mark 400 papers in terms of marking, in terms of the payment as well, and like everything. But the thing is, they're also not the ones responsible for the decision. So I mean, gaining def sit down strike and then all these things. And because they're also a group, so if they're saying they're vouching for some change, it also starts from nyom, what's going to make their life easier. And then so when they have these sit down strikes and then the university, like let's say does 1 out of the 4 things they listed, they also move on. So it's like we're taking 2 years for something to change for out of a list of 10. So in 2 years you fix 1. So in the next 2 years,
it's a big problem. It's a big problem.
It is.
Like,
It's a very slow process.
Bro, we have. Are we talking too much, Wala?
I'm just scared about the timing.
No, it's fine. We can cut it.
But yeah,
I don't feel like shutting up.
No.
And not listening either. So you guys don't shut up.
But yeah, I just asked the last question, and it has to do with dropping out. How
dropping the fuck out.
Yeah,
Bro, dropping the fuck out. That's what I did, bro. I'm becoming a cameraman. That's the next episode.
But yeah, tell us, how did you do it?
For me, okay, so bro, I remember, like, I was actually learning photography at the time. So I went into UTG when I was still new in photography, when I was still like using small S6B. And that's what I mean, like Punata and everything like that. And like I was exploring that, and then after yo, you're supposed to go to university now, blah blah blah. And then they threw me, young man, apply to university. I don't know what the application process is like. But hey, small yeah, how much of them? Come on, sir. Man, be like, I'm told the guy, oh, Mukhtar enroll nella. Yagi computer. I'm like, oh, I'm doing computer science now.
Oh, that's news to me.
You guys don't know this?
No.
That's literally how it
No,
happened.
I'm saying when they told you you're doing computer science.
It's like I'm sorry, I never kind of guess. Oh, he was talking about architecture and that's GTTI and this UTG. So computer science. They tried so much to convince me that computer science, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, computer science is fine, right? But do I look like a computer scientist to you guys, bro? You get what I mean? So like, when that happened to me, right? And madam, but I remember how mad I was the first episode, right? I hope I'm not talking too much. My bad. Okay. I hope like yeah. So I remember what just in and everything like that. And it's like you're going to this school and you have this hobby that you're really in love with, right? Tambo will let them see all these other photographers. Like I was running after everyone. Also I mean, right? To learn from them, all of that. And it's like I'm trying to become a photographer while balancing that with being a UTG student. And I just got to a point in my life where it's like I have a university that I could go to, and I've already, that's the only university I applied to. That's the one I'm going to, that alhamdulillah. And that was it for me, or like no university. So I just dropped out because that's literally like when I started having panic attacks and everything like that. Like the UTG actually traumatized me. It's not even a joke, bro. Like I was sent to a hospital. I don't know if I'm supposed to talk about that, right? But like because of how much pressure there was, especially like I'm good. I promise you, I'm good, right? How much pressure that was, especially like from I'm talking too much, right?
No.
Okay, yeah, it's how much pressure that was, like per man growing up. Yeah, you're supposed to come now and be something. You get what I mean? And then some parents tell me, oh, we've paid so much money now, like something, right?
Yeah.
And it's like now you have to do it here in this place, and this is going to be the rest of your life. I was like, fuck no.
I'm not doing this.
I literally told my mom when I was recovering, right? Because I imagine I was actually rushed to the hospital like 5 a.m. I think. Tobaski bono ken gisuma be sigudi like so again, right? I was literally telling my mom on that day that like I couldn't do UTG again. So that's when I continued and just like went on and started like the photographic journey, and alhamdulillah, like look at me.
Look at you.
Look my head, don't
So
cameraman. You get what I mean?
Yo,
So,
you're
yeah.
like computer scientist.
You get what I mean? Like that's crazy when you think about it, right?
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Man, I haven't dropped the fuck out. I'm still here.
Bro,
But
it's too late for you. It's too late for you. It's too late for you. No, it's too late
I have
for you.
3
bro.
more courses, but I feel like I'm gonna drop out because
It's
I can't do
too
it. I feel like there's no space in my head anymore
Well, true.
for UTG. Like 0 space. That's how I feel.
It's too late for you, bro.
Well,
It's actually too late for you.
for me, you know what's funny? Okay, when it went from the whole doctor to now Neka civil engineer or an architect. So I graduated and I'm like, you, civil engineer straight. Like this is what everyone is talking about. I think I need to go and do it. This is who I'm going to be. And then I jumped to GTI, straight civil engineering, and it's a little, I can't say better. It's a little more practical than.
Oh, you were at GTT.
Yeah, then a little more practical than.
I think
UTG
I knew,
is.
but I can't remember.
Yeah, I was. So I was there, and the funniest bit is there were no lecturers. So
there were no lecturers at GTT.
The lecturers actually came and they introduced themselves. They were there the first week, the second week, the third class, and then after every other week, one of the course lecturers had a funeral or an event they had to go to. So we kept skipping class. Every other week, there's a class that we had to skip. And I felt like, yo, I can't keep doing this. It started feeling, is today worth going to school? Because I have to travel all the way to GTI, and then there's no class, and I have to travel all the way back home. Sometimes happening more than 2 times or 3 times in the week. There's this lecturer that we didn't see, and there's no other lecturer that stepped in for him. We didn't see him for about 4 weeks. He didn't come. And we go to the, how do they call it, the course admin, or I forgot how they called it, the head of department in that course, and the guy kept making excuses for the lecturer as well. And I felt like, I don't think this place is for me. I don't like it. 1, 2, it's killing my dreams of being a civil engineer. And I can't even remember one thing I learned from GT, I promise you. I can remember the basic designing and stuff I learned from high school, but I can't remember the ones I learned in GTI. And this information is a little more fresh than the one I learned in high school. So then I sat down for almost an entire year, and because I used to, when I did that, I used to be an intern at the Ministry of Works and Civil Engineering, and I used to be sent to these sites, and I felt like, this is exciting work. It's not something I wanted deep down in my heart, but I found it exciting, and the different people I found that were not in the system that I am exposed to, and I was learning different stuff and different livelihoods. But after I went to GTI, and I had less of that and more of GTI, I took in different stuff, and they killed my dreams for it. So I left GTI, I left the internship, so I sat for another year, I started working, and then I decided to go to UTG. Everyone was telling me, you'd make a, I think you should study mass communications and journalism. I think you communicate really well, you'll make a good communications officer, you do this. I'm like, yeah, mass com and journalism, why don't I just go for it? So I went to UTG, and I went there for mass communications because they told me, they do mass communications and stuff on how I want to. So I went, and then I found it's mass communications and journalism, and I actually realized there's one course for mass com and the rest is journalism. I'm like, First off, how did I make it to a place where I am going to study for just a few weeks of what I felt, what brought me here, and then spend the rest of the year or the rest of the 4 years studying something that I had zero interest in. That was one for me. And then I had to keep up with going to class and the fights. And there was this lecturer that said, if you make it 2 minutes late after the class, he's going to kick you out of a 2 hours, 30-minute class. And I got up and asked him, how does that even, I didn't say it in that manner. Yeah. I didn't say how does that even make sense. But I asked him, how is being late for 2 minutes, would you rather a student come to class, miss out 2 minutes of your lessons, than miss out the entire 2 hours, 30 minutes of your lesson? And he couldn't even answer. This rule is for everybody and blah, 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 blah. And I tried to make him understand there are people coming from their families, people are coming from work, and everyone is a grown-up. It's supposed to be a tertiary institution.
Yeah.
As long as you don't disturb everyone or anyone when you're working in the class, I think anyone can walk in at any time they want.
And as long as it's not intentional.
Exactly, as long as it's not intentional. But you can't just say one rule fits all, no matter wherever you're coming from. So they don't care whether you're coming from work, they don't care whether you're from the hospital, they don't care whether you have a 1-year-old baby who is still breastfeeding and you were trying to nurse before rushing to class. As long as you're 2 minutes late, you're not supposed to witnessed the next 2 hours 28 minutes of the class, and this didn't make sense at all. And I had different other fights with different lecturers about different other things, and I felt this place is too energy draining, and I don't think it's for me. So I took an entire year off trying to debate whether I really want. Deep down, I know I don't want to be at UTG, but whether I am going to continue that entire journey, or do I just drop the fuck out?
Because I think the options also
he just was ahead of me, so he can just
Why? 2 years.
I can even come back but double but yeah, but like I don't know, like it's I don't know.
Go
I think
ahead.
he has something to say. No, I feel like he has something to say.
I think this draws us
No.
to the closing
No.
of this episode. And
Okay, episode question. Episode
yeah,
question.
yeah.
Do you want to say something before we go to the question?
I feel like it's too short. Like
Okay.
we should
Do
keep
2
going.
hours, 2 hours.
Yo,
You
yere
just-
ma
If you're in for 2 hours-
listener
If
see.
you're
no,
in
you can
for
break it,
2
you can break it,
hours,
you can break
ooh,
it.
we're voting. If
Okay,
you're in
cool.
for 2 hours, hands up.
My hands out.
For what?
Yep.
This episode?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ali, we're going 2 hours.
2 hours. Okay, cool. So we can break it. We can break it up into 2 episodes. You get what I
Oh,
mean?
you actually thought I was serious? I'm actually so self-cement right now.
Oh damn.
Because I was scared when I'm like, what is doing?
Okay, so episode question. Yeah?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Describe UTG in 2 words.
Fucked up.
Ali, UTG in 2 words.
Shithole.
Oh damn. I thought was fucked up.
Hey, do better. No, do better. UTG in 2 words, do better.
Nah, bro. It's just fucked
You
up, bro.
understand?
I said do better. Munas UTG in 2 words. Get right with Halaluba.
I would really say unnecessarily difficult.
Yeah.
Why do you have to be 2 very big long words, bro?
But yeah, UTG is unnecessarily difficult. I promise you this.
So yeah, handing over your episode to you, Alieu.
It
On
was
a
everyone's.
plate of
At some point, it was Mukhtar's episode. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, episode 5 of the Uncensored podcast. If you made it this far, thank you very much. We love you. We love and appreciate you a lot, and thanks for. We really hope you enjoyed, because yeah, you did enjoy. That's why you stayed this long. But thank you for listening to this part, and please
follow us on social media, Uncensored GMB, everywhere. You could also listen on SoundCloud, YouTube, and Apple Podcast.
This is a nice episode. I have to be on.
But
more.
yeah, and also do tell us
Many more.
UTG in 2 words.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should do a hashtag UTG in 2 words.
It's uncensored, so I got to use the word fuck. I'm grateful.
That's your closing.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank
Let's sign
you.
out.
Bye.
Bye.